Naturally.
I like Jamie Vardy.
Yeah,
I think
he's having a party all the time.
Yeah. So, Arsenal, because my history with football, it started in the early 90s. You know, we used to watch World Cup football. That was the kind of football that we had access to watching.
Yeah.
So I started with Roberto Baggio and the likes. You know, I was a huge fan of the Italy national squad. Brazil, of course, 96, 98, started growing up a little more, getting more and more into football. We started getting access to video games, you know, that kind of, you know, you learn the names and then you see the same people. So it was with international football. And then league football started being telecast, you know, and once I started watching the Premier League, I was hooked, instantly hooked. And at the time, just so happened that Arsenal was going through the purple patches, they say. The Invincibles were playing at the time. Vieira, Lundberg, Pires, Thierry, the King, Henry.
Adams,
I mean,
come on.
Yeah, I mean, that squad playing the most three-dimensional, never been witnessed before kind of football. I was like, look at this team. Look at how they play. They play the game in a principled way, the way football should be played, playing it well, winning and making it look damn good. That's why Arsenal.
Okay, no, so how about... Listen, you're telling me you are as big...
You tell me, have you seen a player as graceful on the ball as Henry? The man, he's like a gazelle.
No, I haven't. No, it's true. So there's no bigger Arsenal fan than you, right?
I mean...
No, listen. Yes or no?
There are bigger Arsenal fans.
But you're pretty big.
I'm a pretty big
right.
Arsenal fan.
I've got a killer question for you.
Okay. No, don't do it. Don't do it, Manish. Don't do it.
No.
Not that one.
I gotta ask
Not
you
the
this.
hashtag. No, please, no. No.
Are you ready? Here we go. If you had the choice, one choice, to choose between Arsenal winning the Premier League or India winning the World Cup.
India winning the World Cup. Come on, I don't even have to think about that.
All right. I just had to test you on that one. Just
Come on, that's a no-brainer.
So when you met Patrick Vieira and the way your knees wobbled, as you've already just mentioned, did you have an insight as to what it's like then to be a man fan, to be a fan of someone when you yourself have so many million fans?
I had two incidents. The latter one being with Patrick Vieira. But the first one was with Thierry Henry. You know, he happened to come to Mumbai some time ago. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it to meet him that night. But I hustled. I gathered a bunch of friends and I made it. And you know, I was in this, my heart was beating fast and I was trying to get there. And I entered the room and I laid eyes on him. And suddenly all the emotions that I felt watching him play, they all started surging through me. And I was almost moved to tears just seeing this man in person. I have such great reverence. He's one of my favorite footballers of all time. And the way he was with me, Manish, with such grace, such a humble guy.
He's a cool dude. Yeah.
He's like completely a gentleman and charismatic to another level. The amount of patience he showed with not just me, with everybody who was excited to meet him, you know, it changed me forever. And this is very recently. I have so much more value and respect for the fan-celebrity engagement, you know, that I understand. I used to wonder, how is it that some people meet you and they're in tears? You know, I used to find, I had not experienced that myself, so I used to wonder about it. But having been through it, you know, this is the kind of inspiration your idol gives you. You know, he, after my interaction with him, it's made me more kind, more humble, more generous. The way he treated people, I watch him, admire him, take inspiration from him, and I try and pay it forward because he inspires me. You try to pay that goodness forward. One of the most memorable interactions of my life. Sorry, can I ask you to leave from there? It's distracting.
It's all happening.
Yeah. He's just like right behind Manish's head.
I thought you were looking at me a bit funny, I'll be honest.
And then at the Emirates, Kate was there. And I was with my best friend who actually initiated me. He is large part of the reason I became an Arsenal fan is because I used to watch with him, and he was already so passionate about the North London team.
Yeah.
So we were pitch side. We finished all our responsibilities. It was wonderful to be pitch side at the Emirates. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous stadium. And Sadio Mane came out to kind of get a feel of the atmosphere, just get a, feel it out.
Yeah,
Shook hands with him. I was like, yes, Sadio Mane. And then we were walking through the tunnel. We were done. We were walking through the tunnel. My friend Karan, he was walking ahead of me. And now I want you to imagine, I'm at the end of the tunnel, and I'm walking through, and I'm seeing Karan is walking in front of me, and he makes the turn. And as soon as he makes the turn, he goes like, oh my God. So I was like, what's going on here? What's going on? What's going on? And he was bumbling, so he couldn't indicate or communicate to me in that state what he was trying to say. So I was like, what is going on here? And I took the turn. I was like, oh my God. It was Patrick Vieira. He's an imposing figure.
He is, yeah.
Somebody who I'd never, in my wildest imagination, think that I'd get to meet standing in front of me. It was one hell of a moment.
Yeah.
One I'll never forget. I have a picture, so I'm fanboying like crazy over the footballers that I meet. These are people you see on television, cheer for, that you have a sentiment, emotional connection with, because you feel for your team. You watch them week after week. So meeting these people, meeting Henry, meeting Perez, meeting Vieira, meeting Vidic, it's surreal.
When you're shooting your films, do you get time to watch any of the games?
Absolutely.
How?
I make the time.
Are you in between shots?
Because
Listen, in between scenes,
yeah.
I'm picturing you looking at your mobile.
Yeah.
No, is it really true?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. That's how you do it. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention the app, but it's definitely on my phone, and it's my favorite app because it allows me to watch the live telecast of the matches. So yeah, first of all, and my manager can vouch for this, every time we're scheduling, it's almost as if there is an understanding we're both conditioned to not keep anything on a Saturday evening or a Sunday evening. That time is a little bit precious.
Unless you're in your hideaway where you're in some hideaway.
Yeah, those 20 days are you can't really focus on anything else. No friends, no family time, no nothing. That's really sacred time in the characterization process. But yeah, if I'm out about doing anything that I can't avoid the scheduling clash, sometimes matches are at 5 p.m., sometimes 8 p.m. and you're still at work. Then you'll see me with the mobile. They'll be like, sir, shot ready. I was like, I'm just touching my makeup up. Just be with you in a second. Just wait for the ball to go out of bounds. Okay, yeah, go give the shot. Come back. You're watching. There's a certain atmosphere on the set, and sometimes something will happen.
You must drive your director
you'll
crazy.
Just react with expletives, unmentionables. You'll be like, sorry, it's nothing. It's nothing. So yeah, it is. I have to catch that little window to kind of watch the matches. It's great that we have these apps. That way you don't miss out.
Brilliant. Now look, last time I spoke to you, we were still waiting on the release. Of Padmavat.
Yeah.
I mean, like, blimey, talk about a film that's